what's going on over there? We've got something that comes around about so and so. And round about so, and like two blades facing each other. Fire is so cool though, as like tedious as it is to draw it. And it keeps making my brain warp. It's fucking cool. So that's fucking sick. There's like his strings that are coming off of it. Kind of look like webs. And this one kind of looks like a sickle. The drawing is fantastic, Miss Selena. Thank you so much for your recognition. Thank you so much for your recognition. Like, I literally can't speak without my bitrate like crashing into the dirt. Like every time that I speak in. But thank you. All I'm trying to say is thank you. Thank you for your recognition. Where am I? I need to take something from the top of, from the ceiling of the drawing. It's like my eyes go crisscross when I look at it too long. There's too many lines and shades that cross over each other. Thank you. Am I talented? Like I often argue and be like, no, I'm not talented, it's just practice, it's just practice, it's just practice. Maybe it is. Maybe it is talent mixed with skill. I don't know. I don't really know. Okay, so I'm gonna do that piece there. And that piece is like... How does it work? I need to rotate it. Here, I'll show you what I've got as my reference. I'm busy putting like flames on the border. That's my reference. I need to like flip it so that I can take some stuff from the bottom there and put it on the top of the page. I guess it is a bit of both. I spent the first like 2 hours drawing this piece though. Oh dear, it's falling out of my hand. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I've drawn owls before, but never with like backgrounds and stuff. It's still not finished. Needs a little bit more detail, a little bit more shading, finishing touches, but it's almost there. But that's for my own personal joy, you know? It's my, well, I don't know about my own personal joy. It's like, that is an owl, and the owl is a night bird, and Lilith is a night bird, and it's kind of like an offering to Lilith. It's kind of like, yeah. And these portraits are commissions, so yeah. Not so much for pleasure, more about work. Yeah, that took so much. That took like most of the energy from just making the background black but leaving the stars white. That like took most of the time and energy in that drawing. Maybe if I do it like that. Yes, there. Now that makes more sense. If I bring that into like a pointy thingamajig, roundabouts, pointy thingamajig, there's like a spark of plasma here. Do you draw, Mescalina? I know mescaline is like a plant medicine. Are you a shaman maybe? Yeah, I remember you came into my tarot streams the first time. You're probably like shamanic on that vibe, on that frequency. Yes, I used to draw and paint too. Used to. What's it about used to? I want to pick it up again. You should totally pick it up again. I hope that I can inspire you. Your name is the Spanish name of the drug mescaline. You're Spanish from Madrid. That's crazy. Welcome. I am in the Republic of South Africa. That's where the stream is being hosted. That's why the network is so shit. And yeah. Most of the problems that I've had streaming are due to like directly related to third world issues like load shedding, shortages of electricity in the country and shit like that. Not a fan of drugs, it was just the name of an imaginary friend from an Italian film. Are you South African then, or just living here? I am South African. And I just live here. I am a big fan of drugs. Like DMT, Iboga, and I mean I'm not a big fan of like synthetic shit like coke and meth and heroin and that. But natural plant medicines like psilocybin mushrooms and ayahuasca roots and iboga bark, and using that stuff for like medicine ceremony, yeah, big fan of that stuff. Big fan of using it as a medicine, you know, for healing purposes, psychological and physical healing and spiritual healing. And I do love my coffee, even though I like barely ever drink coffee because it's so addictive and so the withdrawal is so shit. I still love it. I hate tobacco. Fucking hate tobacco, man. Tobacco is the worst addiction of them all, for me anyway. I don't smoke anymore, but I used to. Until quite recently, like 4 months ago. Stopped smoking 4 months ago, oh yeah. Say no to drugs, say no. Say no. Afraid of them, but it's just me. Someone tells me to keep away from those. Only marijuana and me. I smoked for many years. Marijuana, yeah, I also stay away from it. I mean, I'll smoke it every now and then, but it's like also got a little bit of a love-hate relationship with that substance. Alcohol, terrible thing. Alcohol is only shit because of like the after effects, like the next day and the day after and the whole week after drinking, after getting drunk is shit. The recovery process, but I mean it's not the same for everyone. It's just how that is for me. Like it affects my neurochemistry, my brain chemistry gets really fucked up by alcohol. Cannabis too. Cannabis also does it, but in a different way. It like fucks up different aspects of the brain chemistry. and coffee and all of it, it like has a huge impact on my brain. Not while I'm on the substance, not while it's in my system, but as I'm recovering from it, like when it's out of me and I'm returning to a normal state of being. It's shit. Like, I'm bipolar and schizophrenic, so it's like to do with that. The bipolar, it just become way easier to trigger, because the bipolar is like you swing really low into depression, or you swing really high into mania, depending on the triggers around you, things that like set it off. So I become very sensitive to triggers, things that can set me off one way or the other, after drinking, or after smoking, or whatever. Drinking coffee even. And yeah. And with the schizophrenia, it's like the reality testers are not exactly functional, as they would say. Medically, they don't say it's like doesn't work properly, but that's not what's actually going on. Like, the truth is that when we are afraid of something, we create it. It's like it gets manifest. If we want something, it gets manifest. So that's kind of how schizophrenia works. And when I'm high, or high for too long, I can no longer choose what I want to manifest. It like, if I get afraid, then I will manifest those fears. I won't be able to choose anymore. Yeah, you have to have as balanced life as possible. You believe everyone has their own drug. I don't believe anything. I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, everyone's addicted to something. As if you didn't have a manual brake? Yeah, basically. So we've got a point that comes in there, and then it makes like a bump. Makes like a bump, like boing boing, so it comes like out from the side, kind of like that. There you go. Now I've got to start shading in all this stuff. But I'm only going to be online for like 10 more minutes. I have to go at 5, and it's now like 10 to 5. Okay, so I'll start in this corner. It's very dark in that corner. Yep. La da 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 da. It's lighter next to it. It's darker and then lighter. Oh, crazy. Look at that. We're on the same time zone. How crazy is that? 1650, exactly. Whoa, good drawing. Thank you, New Tomorrow. Thank you. Na 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 na. I'm only gonna be on here for like 10 more minutes, but thanks for dropping in, thanks for popping in and saying hey, and for complimenting my art. You can hold your own gallery. They are. Isn't that what I'm doing? Isn't this my art gallery? If you type in like exclaim links, you can get a list of my links, and one of them will be a link to my portfolio, which is on DeviantArt. The DeviantArt. Gotta run to work. Okay, enjoy your day. Thanks for dropping in. This is gonna take so long. This border and this background, it's very ambitious. Do you color them later or leave them in black and white? Most of them I leave in black and white. In fact, all of them so far. But like I have done some color pieces, mostly when I'm working with other artists. Not so much of my own. But I want to work with more color. So the reason I avoided color is because I like I end up backtracking. Like I have a lot more experience working with shading than with colors, so I find that I like damage the pieces if I try and add color. So I'm gonna do some self-portraits, like some personal self-portraits, and experiment with color on my own portraits, and it doesn't matter if they fuck them up, and I can learn that way. So when I'm done with these two pieces, the next piece that I'm starting, so I like to work on 2 at a time. The next piece I'm going to start is a self-portrait that I'm going to use color on, and then I'm also going to like finish off one of my tarot cards that I've been working on. So it comes in like that, into the corner. Da, 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 da. This whole section here is pretty dark. All the layers of shading. All the different layers of shading, very ambitious. Just little by little we go, eh? We'll get there. One foot in front of the other. I didn't plan to do this, didn't plan to do flames on the background until today. My plan was to do like brick wall or something, because in the photo he's on against a brick wall. Yep, that's right. And that one too. Okay, it's 5 o'clock now, so I guess I gotta go. But thanks so much. I'll do tarot readings again tomorrow, Mescalina. Yeah, so I'll see you then. Thank you. I've got to take a drive and drop some people off at home. Yeah, see you tomorrow. So how do I do this now? How do I like end the stream? Bye bye. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I just need to like wait for this to load. Then I'll press the button. There it is. Toggle